Oh, over. Okay, I am asking you to lock in for the next 5 minutes. As always, that's pretty much how long my trade recaps last. They will go over what I did, how you could have done the same thing, and ultimately make you a profitable trader. So, how is it that we trade from day to day? It's quite simple. What do you have here? You just have bullish structure. Okay, you don't have to overcomplicate. Think about how the weekly plays out and all that stuff. Just screw all that. If you're trading past Tuesday, usually just focus on the daily time frame, and that should be your bias. Daily is bullish. Okay, 4 hour is similarly bullish. Now, what do we see on the 4 hour? Change of structure. Boom. Retrace into the order block. Nice expansionary move. Perfect. Okay, so what are we seeing on the 4 hour? Bullishness as well. So now there's always this fair value gap that definitely may be targeted, but with GJ we're slightly lenient with our rules just because GJ tends to just push in whatever direction it goes. It doesn't really care too much. It's more, I've just noticed that these things do get filled, but they're not in a rush. Most of the time, structure is there. You'll get that expansionary move. Just take profits relatively early. So 4 hours bullish, right? What do you do coming into New York session? You look at hourly structure, pure bulls, pure, pure, pure. All we have is just up, 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 up. No reason for us to really go down other than the idea of maybe filling this gap over here. But if we see a nice liquidity sweep and a change in direction, that'll give us enough confidence to go long. Okay, so hourly just broke structure here. Mark that out, right? And where does New York open? It opens right here. Starting 8 a.m., I'm pretty much looking into entries, but like I just said, I'm looking at the lower time frame and saying, okay, yes, there's not too much reason for price to come down, but because that's there, what I would like to see before I enter price would be a liquidity sweep or something that's going to be a manipulation so that I can likely enter off of it. So what is it that we see? Nice 15-minute retrace down because you don't want to enter long while price is continuing. You want to enter at a discount. So you see that sweep. After the sweep, all you really had to do there was identify when you could enter. On that sweep, we had internal break of structure, meaning the 15-minute flip bearish. Okay, you see this down candle here? So up, down, closed under the last wick of that, which pretty much means that that was bearish. Because it was bearish, I couldn't enter early. That was pretty much why I entered this trade a little bit late, because I had this entry marked out for my first trade. So this was the trade that I wanted to send to the Discord, but I didn't send this trade just because of that 15-minute break of structure. So I entered actually, was about to send it, and I just closed my position because I was like, this is not part of my rules. But let's get back to the main position here. So 5-minute requires a break of structure. Okay, whenever the 15 minutes bearish, we need to invalidate it with 5-minute structure so that we can anticipate a 15-minute break of structure. What does that mean? If the 5-minute is saying that we're going up and the 15-minute is saying down, but the hourly, for example, saying that we're going to go up, that likely means that the 15-minute retrace has now come to an end and we can expect that expansion. Okay, you don't know how much sauce that is right there. So let's look at this. So right here, you have your 5-minute break of structure, at which point now I'm scouring for entries as per usual, right? What do we see here? We see a retrace, and I'm pretty much scaling down at this point because I'm trying to justify waiting for this 5-minute to come back in, right? But guess what? This 5-minute has zero reason to come back and zero fair value gaps, no inefficiencies. You scale down and look at price action as well. Same thing, no inefficiencies. So at this point, what are we waiting for? The last inefficiency here gets revisited. Stay on my hands for a little bit. I see this impulse. Pretty much happy to trade it. I wait a little bit, get a confirmation. I'm in there. Now I am going to be targeting the nearest high, obviously. And then I'm going to be targeting that overall higher time frame daily target that I set out here. With that being said, that was today's trade. Most people got the chance to secure around here. Some who were in here because this was just a massive candle. But again, secured a little bit. Wasn't too much of a big day. But we'll take it. We won't complain. Obviously, this would have been the trade that we would have most likely took because we would have took the trade off of the 1-minute inversion because you see 5-minute was bearish, but 15-minute would have been assumed bullish because we would have said that break of structure was on a doji. And then you just wait for this inversion fair value gap. And then what happens? It gets inversed. You wait for the reaction. When price comes back up, at that point, you're pretty confident and you can enter. That would have been the simple trade. And yeah, that would have been a really solid trade to take today. And our stops and take profits would have been smashed from the looks of it. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. This was a very simple trade. Patience, confluence, time frame alignment, and you will be profitable. join the Discord because I put all this stuff.